Here are 5 ways to make the most out of the phonics cards that you have at home to support your child. So lots of parents say to me that they have phonics cards at home, but they don't use them because they don't know where to start. If you don't have phonics cards at home, I'm going to put a link below where you can download some to use. Now, all of these ideas can be used with any phonics cards that you have. They don't need to be any specific ones. So my first tip is to make 3 piles out of your phonics cards. So you can go through all of the different letter sounds with your child, and any that they know really well, put them into a green pile. Any that they're unsure of a little bit, they need a bit more time or a bit more help to recognise, can go into the orange, and any that are completely new or your child doesn't know can go into the red pile. Now, these piles will change over time as your child becomes more confident, and it's really key here to use sounds from all 3 of those piles. If you're constantly using sounds from the red pile, your child might find that really tricky and lose a bit of motivation. So to keep it fun and exciting and to keep them engaged, use a range to make sure it's not too tough. Then what you can do at home is you could get your child to choose a card from the pile and go on a sound hunt. So for example, if they choose W, they might go and put it at the window, or they might go, if you give them P, they might go to the kitchen and find a pot or a pan. So lots of different ways of getting them to go, make it quite physical. They can go actively seeking those different sounds at home. You could also give them an object and get them to try and find what is that first sound you can hear of that word. So you could reduce this a little bit, give them 3 cards, for example, and if you gave them a peg, you could say to them, what sound can you hear first in peg? And then they would choose P. And then you could choose a different object, different letters, and so on. Then, because your cards are cut up into individual letter sounds, you could get your child to build some real words and some alien words. Now, the sounds that I'd always recommend starting with are 6 sounds to begin with, and that's satpin, so S-A-T-P-I-N, but your child will know that as S-A-T-P-I-N. So once you've put out a selection of those letter sounds, see what words your child can build. So for example, they might build this word, t-as, tas, so that's an alien word. You could then get them to put the sounds back, jumble them up, and see if they can make any other words, like the word sat, sat, which is a real word. So making alien words and real words are a great way to practice word building, blending, and all of those skills. Use the sound cards to help with letter formation. So you could choose 1 letter sound and you could set up a range of different ways for your child to practice that sound. It might be pen to paper, it might be chalk outside on the ground. If your child likes playing in mud, it might be that they're using a stick to draw the sound or write it into mud. You could have a tray or a plate with some flour or some sugar, and they could write into that as well. Things that I really like to use are shaving foam, or if that's a bit too messy, you could use some Play-Doh and string as well. And then lastly, I would say to let your child be the teacher. So children often love correcting adults if they are mispronouncing some of the phonic sounds. So let them test you on the sounds, get them to hold up a couple, and you could say them incorrectly and see if your child can correct and help you to read the sound accurately. All of this will help to build their confidence and make their phonics journey more exciting and interactive. So I hope these help. Bye.